Edge at 11 starts now.
Tonight on The Edge, the 4th of July holiday weekend is underway. Countless drivers have already hit the road, like these folks heading north on I-75. AAA estimates 1.7 million people in our state will travel 50 miles or more between now and July 4th. If you're headed out of town, enjoy the trip, but it comes after an eerie week outside and an air quality alert that's been extended yet again.
Yes, hazy conditions have improved slightly, but the air is still considered unhealthy. Weather Authority Stephanie Meade joins us with a look ahead. Stephanie?
Yeah, we still have those air quality alerts in play for pretty much a good portion of the state. So no matter where you go this weekend, that's still going to be a factor in the forecast for sure. This is until tomorrow. So a good part of the day on Saturday, we still have a little bit of haze and smoke in the air. So take that into consideration. The good news with this, our air quality is a lot better than where we were at midweek. We were in that 300 range, so very unhealthy for pretty much everybody. Right now, we're at about 115, so that's unhealthy for folks that already have a hard time, especially those who have asthma. So if you do notice you have itchy eyes or cough, most likely because of our air quality tonight and into tomorrow. We do see quiet conditions overnight. Temps will bottom out in the low 70s. There might be a stray sprinkle or two, very light in nature, nothing really too heavy coming out of this right now. And all the heavy stuff is moving into northwestern portions of Ohio, so we should continue to quiet down. Not the case just south of us, though, and they're at least experiencing right now and over the past few days extreme heat, triple-digit heat. And right around that, you notice showers and storms riding that area of high pressure. That's why they're having some severe weather down near portions of, say, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana. I think we're steering clear of any severe weather, but we could see that possibility of a storm pop, especially during the day on Saturday and into Sunday. A little bit more widespread on Sunday by around 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon with a lot of that daytime heating. That's when we start to see that development. And then once we lose that sunlight, I think we'll start to see that shower chance diminish. Highs tomorrow top out in the upper 80s, 88 degrees. Spotty shower or storm chance possible. Will be another toasty one. Humidity will be up as well. If you have any plans to head up north, those numbers will remain warm as well. 4th of July forecast, at least through Monday and Tuesday, look dry. I think it's a go for any firework plans that you have. Temp at 86 degrees Monday, Tuesday, even warmer. We should be in the mid 80s as well. 4th of July looks dry, and then isolated shower chances return as we head through the end of next week.
Thanks, Stephanie. Well, residents right now are beginning to feel the pinch after days of poor air quality. Thick haze from Canadian wildfires have health officials urging the public to stay inside or wear an N95 mask if you're venturing out. Those with underlying health conditions, we've said, are even at more risk. Hospitals are noting an uptick in patients with breathing-related issues.
We're seeing a lot more requests for inhalers, for steroids, for things like Claritin, nasal congestion. People are out mowing their lawns. Like, I was even getting upset at my father for being outside and, mowing the lawn. It's like, you want to stay inside. And I know we keep saying that, but I think people are not really adhering to it unless they feel like they are experiencing those symptoms.
The state has declared tomorrow an ozone action day due to high particulate levels. In other news tonight, the fight over wages is reaching a fever pitch.
Yeah, so true, Taryn. Some in the restaurant industry have actually opted to drastically raise workers' wages but eliminate tipping. Fox News' Camilla Mary shows us what that looks like.
Yeah, so this restaurant in Colorado making news tonight, changing up their business model and actually doing away with traditional tipping. Of course, that means the food and drink, they're going to cost a little bit more, but servers will be making $30 an hour. In theory, it may sound like a good idea. Servers not dependent on tips, guaranteed a living wage. Customers no longer having to figure out how much to tip.
It's kind of nice. It makes it simple.
But it's not as simple as it sounds.
Why would $30 an hour be enough when they can make 50 doing something else?
Justin Priest is Director of Operations for Ritz Hospitality in Royal Oak. He oversees day-to-day operations at Tom's Oyster Bar, Ale Mary's, and Mesa on Main Street. He considers his servers salespeople. The better the service, the higher the tips. And if you're good at what you do, and if it's a busy night, Priest says you can easily make more than $30 an hour. Something people who aren't in the service industry might not know.
I think that, somebody that actually comes in, sells, gets to know their guests, provides a exceptional experience the whole evening, is potentially going to make more than that.
If you get somebody good, tip them well. I mean, it's a tough job.
Do away with tipping and pay servers a flat hourly rate? Justin fears.
The good ones will find other things when it comes down to it.
In Royal Oak, Camila Mary, Fox 2 News.
Well, meantime, a hollow victory for restaurant owners forced to close during the height of the pandemic.
Yes, an appeals court rules the state of Michigan did not have the authority to restrict indoor dining, calling it unconstitutional. Fox News' Dave Kinchin has a closer look.
Changing, literally from one day to the other, we couldn't do any dine-in. That definitely was a huge challenge, a huge deal.
Paulo manages the team over at Rebecca's Family Restaurant and Ice Cream Parlor in Northville and can't help but think back to those tough times during the height of COVID and the major restrictions state officials placed on restaurants and bars.
Both us as businesses, but also as clients say, or our customers would say, we could have taken other actions just to make sure that it was safe. We don't deny COVID. We know it happened. We know we were affected by it as well. But we could have done something that was a little less intense.
But now the Michigan Court of Appeals ruled that Michigan's top health leaders used power they did not have to put those indoor dining rules in place to begin with.
A lot of things were happening back then, and I knew that the state was also trying to do their best, but it may have overstepped a little bit.
That's exactly how the State Court of Appeals saw it, saying the restrictions were, quote, an unconstitutional delegation of legislative power.
It was a very scary time, especially, we had, maybe like 15, 20 employees at the time, and we had to cut down to 3, 4, if that, and that was probably the scariest part.
Many business owners blasted Governor Whitmer's office and state leaders, saying the COVID-era policies were excessive and were unnecessarily killing business. The issue became a huge political football, while business owners and managers were left to navigate the uncertainty.
Dealing with the staff per se, we have single moms that work here. We have recently divorced parents, and we have literally like every little bit of background we employ here. So that was I think like the worst part.
The appeal came from a filing at the Michigan Court of Claims 2 years ago after the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services issued the controversial policies. While the new ruling stirs up the debate once again, restaurant professionals like Paulo are just glad they made it through.
It was huge. I mean, this amount of support was so intense. People were getting gift cards and things just to help us. But I'm definitely amazed, thankful, and very grateful that we're here.
Essentially, the ruling says these policies could have been put in place if they were done through the legislative process. So if the State House and Senate put it through, but of course that would have meant a lot more politics, and things were very divided at the time, as you might remember. Meantime, we reached out to the governor's office for a statement. We haven't heard back yet to get the governor's reaction, but in the past, the governor has said she stands by these policies. They were following the science, and that the governor's office, they did what many other states and localities were doing at the time in real time. In Southfield, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Police have found the culprits behind a recent school threat in Clinton Township.
The suspect is from Puerto Rico. The threat actually ended up canceling classes at Chippewa Valley High School last month. Police say the threat was made with a burner phone with a Florida area code. It's not clear if the 18-year-old man from San Juan has any connection to Metro Detroit. That man does now face a 20-year felony.
A Madison Heights man is now charged, accused of pointing a laser at a state police helicopter. Alan Flory was arrested back on May 16th outside his home near 11 Mile in John R. Police in the chopper were able to relay Flory's location to troopers on the ground. Thankfully, no one was hurt. If convicted, Flory will face up to 5 years in prison.
Well, 2 recent shootings have led to closures at the Russell Industrial Center in Detroit. A recent investigation found evidence of illegal activity in narcotics manufacturing. Inspectors also found people living in a part of the building that's not zoned for residential use. Those units of the building have now been shut down. Earlier this month, 2 men were fatally shot in 2 separate incidents at Russell Industrial Center. Both investigations are still ongoing.
A patriotic start to the weekend in Dearborn.
Families at Greenfield Village enjoying the Salute to America event.
It's cool to watch it in a geometric fashion over this building.
The event features a variety of music, food, a cannon fire, and of course fireworks. There's also free carousel rides. It's happening through Monday from 5 until 10. You can buy tickets online. They range from free to $35.